You're watching E.T.N. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video is the much and very late review for the last episode of Game of Thrones. I had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys did as well, which carried over into Tuesday. It was a long trip to New York, so I needed some rest. But let's talk about this episode, because to me personally, I think it was one of the better episodes this season. So we're going to start in Winterfell, and right away we see that Sansa is suffering from the clutches of Ramsey Bolton now. I keep saying Snow, but it's Bolton. And it was very sad to see, you know, she's bruising on her arm, and she's crying, and in comes Theon. And, you know, it's funny, when she tried to convince Theon to set the candle for her, and to make up for all his fuck-ups up to this point, one side of me was hoping he would, but the other side of me knew he wouldn't. Just based on a couple of seasons ago, when his own sister tried to rescue him, and he had an opportunity to escape, and even still did not leave Ramsey's side. So there was no reason for him to go and do it again. Or rather, there was no reason for him to go and turn his back on Ramsey this time. Nonetheless, he tells Ramsey. Ramsey finds out, or tries to find out, who would come to her rescue, tortured the very woman who gave her the candle, and it was just very sad, you know. And it seems like Sansa cannot get away from this man soon enough. You know, obviously Peter Baelish is still in Westeros, or rather King's Landing, and he can't return any. You know, he can't get back any sooner. You know what I mean? So, and I'm almost convinced now that he doesn't know what's going on with her. You know, at first I thought he had to have some sort of idea of what it was like to be, what Ramsey Bolton is like, and he must not have a clue. He must not have a clue. So she continues to suffer. I will give her credit for being very bold and pissing him off, talking about his soon-to-be-born sibling. He didn't like what she had to say, but, you know, still, you know, he's the one in charge right now, Joffrey 2.0, as if you will. So, with that said, he also mentioned about the war coming with Stannis, and talking about how they're experienced fighting in the snow. Stannis is not. Shortly thereafter, we go to the north, and we see that Stannis and his people are struggling right now just to march down towards Winterfell. He loses 500 men. He is getting very good advice from Sir Davos. Unfortunately, he continues to listen to the Red Witch, Melisandre, and based on what happened before in King's Landing with the first war of the Black Water, he doesn't want to not listen to her now. But she makes a recommendation that he is not feeling right now. Obviously, she wants to use his daughter's blood. He is very much against it. We saw a couple of episodes ago, Stannis is very, very much in love with his daughter. Despite the fact that he's very callous and very cold, the only soft spot in his soul is for his daughter. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out going forward. Whether or not he's so intent on being a king that he's willing to sacrifice his own daughter. I don't think he's going to do that, but we'll see how that plays out. Further north, we go to north of the Wall, where a lot of things are starting to take place now. You know, we saw that the Maester has passed away. Sam Tarly gave a very, very touching speech, but was warned that his friends are going, you know, by the wayside. Jon Snow obviously heading to the Wildlings to try and make peace. And we see that, you know, in this episode, we're starting to see that things are not going so great while Snow is gone. He actually got words of wisdom from Alistair. And, you know, the thing of it is that he may not like him, but he was telling Jon the truth. It wasn't such a great plan, but I still think Jon is doing the right thing. But that's the problem with the Starks. They always do the right thing and they come away dead. So, you know, we'll see how that plays out. But the scene with Sam and Gillian, the two men from the Night's Watch, was a very, very intense scene. You know, Sam was, I thought he was going to get his head cracked open. He was hitting him so hard. The fact that Sam even stood up to continue to try and fight is a testament to his courage and the character in and of itself. I've really grown to love Sam over the last couple of years. He's just very bright. He's very loyal. He's very intelligent. And he is very brave when he has to be. He's not a fighter. Obviously, he's a big dude. You know, doesn't have all the moves in the world. But he, you know, from where he started when he got to the Night's Watch to where he is now is this night and day, man. It's night and day. And luckily, Ghost was there to save the day and scare off the two goons. And for his courage, Sam got lucky. Yes, he did. Oh my. I was dying when that happened. Just dying. It was so funny. So then we go. Let's talk about what's going on in over in Dorne. So we finally see that Jaime is not locked up, but he gets an opportunity to see his daughter, you know, not unbeknownst to most people and known to most people, and tries to inform her of why he's there, what he's doing. She's dead set in love with the prince, and she doesn't want to go anywhere, so it didn't really work out to his favor. Meanwhile, Braun is in a jail cell with the 3 hot chicks from the Sand Snakes, and he got poisoned. It was very fortunate that girl gave him the antidote. I'm surprised she did. I really thought that was the end for Braun. I'm glad it's not. Boy, she was hot. Woo! I mean, if you're gonna die, why not die looking at that? Really? I mean, come on. So, but he got lucky. She apparently has a little thing for him and gave him the antidote. So Braun lives on to see another day, and maybe he can hook up with this girl. Who knows? So, and over in King's Landing, you know, here's Cersei continuing to work her whole little twist thing, and she goes to see Marjorie after her son pleads that he wants her, he loves her, and, you know, we knew she wasn't going over there to try and free her. But the interesting thing is, you know, last time I did my review and I talked about Cersei and how she's screwing the Tyrells right now. It's just not a smart move, and it's not. It just is the dumbest move in the world. Thing of it is that not only is she cutting off her lifeline, but she's basically killing her allies. I mean, look, we all know that her and the Boltons, they're probably not going to ever fucking work together again. The people in Dorne, I mean, had that thing set off. But even if they avoided a war, there's no love lost there with Dorne. So why screw the very people that are also very powerful and are with you? Are you guys united together? And I understand the Tyrells have their own agenda, but that's not the point. You don't you don't bite the hand that feeds you. But needless to say, as fate would have it, here's Cersei talking to the head sparrow, and I saw this coming at some point. You know, I forget which episode it was. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before that, but they mentioned that Lancel had confessed everything, including his indiscretions with his cousin. So it was only a matter of time before they turned around and took Cersei. And that's what happened. And I got to say, I'm happy it did. I'm happy it did, because now, if she had not screwed the Tyrells, perhaps there might have been an outside chance that she would be rescued by them or something like that. I'm not betting on it. I'm pretty sure the Tyrells would have let her stay in there to rot. But any chance she would have of them saving her is now completely gone. There is no chance in hell the Queen of Thorns, Marjorie, if she gets out, Loras, if he gets out, will come to her rescue. No chance in hell. In fact, had she rescued them, had she found a way to get them out, they might return the favor. Interesting to see how that's going to play out. But still, Loras and Marjorie still have trial to face. We'll see how that... We still don't know what the punishment is. I'm assuming it's going to be death, but we'll see. So a lot of things going down, and we saw that Peter Baelish and the Queen of Thorns having a discussion, still working some things. And it was a nice... Also, I want to mention the interaction between the Queen of Thorns and the Head Sparrow was also very interesting. It was the first time I've ever seen her like almost at a disadvantage. She's usually very spot on, very bright, killer comebacks, has a way of getting her way. She had nothing. She had, from an old rap song I remember back in the day, she had no ends in the casa, man. She had nothing. He was in complete control of that conversation, and he brought us some excellent points. When the many, do not fear the few anymore, basically when the people don't fear the higher ups, then what? So, and he's part of a majority, she's part of a minority. This is, again, it goes back to me, like I was saying before, a lot of stuff brewing. There hasn't quite been the payoff yet. And again, it's probably something that's going to happen in the next couple of episodes. But between what's going on in King's Landing, what's going on in the North, what's going on in Winterfell, even Dorne was very close to, we don't know how that's still going to end up. Braun is still there, Jaime's still there. There's just a lot of shit brewing, and something's got to crack. Something's got to crack soon. Amongst all these things that just feel like there's a lot of tension building up. But we'll see what happens. There's still a couple of episodes left. Obviously, the ending with Daenerys finally seeing Jorah was very interesting. Tyrion showing that he might have some fight potential and getting himself bought to stay with Jorah. And just a lot of interesting things going on here. The pits are open. We'll see what happens with that. Very good counseling by, I can't remember his name now, Dario, when they were in bed together, and he told her, line up all the masters in one place and slay them all. And you want to know something? That's probably the best thing for her to do. We'll see what happens there as well. Just a lot of shit brewing, man. I'm waiting for the brew to tip over the cup. That's what I'm waiting for. Anyway, guys, that's it for this review. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.